Hi, I'm Bella, and welcome to my very first video from my very first YouTube channel, and it's called Be Your Better Self by Bella. Oh, my eyes are going to go down and read my notes every once in a while, so forgive me for that one. Anyway, my name is Bella, as I had said, and I am a retired social worker and a facilitator of self-esteem, trained by Jack Canfield in California a few years back, and quite enjoyed doing this kind of a program for primarily Big Sisters of London and for the girls on the waiting list. I developed a program for girls from 6 to 16, and in the years that followed, I adapted it to include mixed groups as well as adults. But the principles of self-esteem and esteem building are the same for anyone, and it's going to be the 5 components of self-esteem that I broke down, and we'll do each segment with each component. And again, I will do a general introduction and show you worksheets that are for the different age groups, and one can screenshot them and print them, or they're easy enough to replicate. Just freeze the frame and replicate it. For a few, if I have some leftover copies around here, so I can certainly make up a few packets of the actual worksheets. Anyway, welcome aboard, and I will be doing our first part now. Okay, so here it is. It's the 5 components of self-esteem building. It was developed by Dr. Michelle Bourba, who's an educator in, again, California. All of her materials are permission granted to use in an educational type of setting. And I'm hoping this becomes an educational, entertainment, edutainment kind of a workshop for you. Anyway, the first one that we're going to cover and have some fun with is selfhood. Oh, there it is, selfhood. And after selfhood, it sort of can begin at the baby stages, or even now in utero stages, as identities and names and all sorts of excitement on when baby comes, who baby is, and as baby starts to realize it is separate identity from its mother. And then we're going to move up from that, but everybody can do selfhood kinds of exercises. By the way, all these components can come and go out of your life depending on what's happening. And the second one is about safety and security, and certainly now with the virus, everybody has kind of gone back to that to try to find levels of comfort, levels of acceptance of where we're at right now, and just making ourselves feel better, and or protecting our children. So that's going to be the next one, the next segment that comes up. Third one is about, where is it? Affiliation and belonging. Who's your tribe? Who's your family? Where do you belong? Where would you like to belong? Right now, our affiliation obviously is with our immediate families. And we want to continue to hold on to our affiliations with our classmates, our friends. And thankfully, we live in a time of technology, and that we can do quite easily by sending messages and texts and FaceTiming or Skyping. So affiliation is the third component for everybody again, and I will do age-appropriate kinds of exercises to do that one. Fourth, competence. What are you good at? What do you want to be good at? What are your goals? All of those sorts of things. And then again, as I said, these are journeys in life. There's not an end to it. It's just, there's no destination. It's just goes up and down. I'm still at 64 trying to learn new things and build new competences. But in fact, this is what I'm doing right now, is trying to build competence at doing video teaching. So bear with me. Let's see how we do. And finally is mission. These are the higher states in terms of philosophies, values, those kinds of esoteric things. In a way, this also kind of reminds me of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I won't talk about that here, but I will certainly draw up that hierarchy of needs. And it's similar to this in terms of as we're trying to find our self-actualization actually is the ultimate goal. Okay, let's start with let's start with our first selfhood exercise. Okay, I'm back. Now this can take any kind of form, but it's kind of like when I was doing the classes, I would do it with no more than 8. 8 was my magic number, and maybe a couple of volunteers to help. But we would begin by making ourselves a name tag, but more of a standing up type of TP thing. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'll make my own name tag, and hopefully you have construction paper on hand or any kind of stiff paper that will stand up once you fold it in 3s. And then we will fill out our areas here together. And you can talk back to the screen to introduce yourself to me. I may not hear you, but it's okay. Moms, dads, if you're watching it, why don't you do one for yourself as well? You can talk to each other as we do this. Hold on, let me get things set up. Okay, I'm back. I made mine while I was gone. And I hope you found a piece of paper or a piece of construction paper. That's all I've used here. Just folded it into 3. But anything will do, it's up to you. This is yours. Be creative if you wish. Okay, so in the middle, write your first name, first and last if you want, but we'll just stay with our first names. We'll be casual. Okay, take a minute while you write your first name out. We're important people, we're sitting at a board table, just imagine, and we've got our names in front of us like those big hot shots on television that are making lots of decisions. Well, we're making our own decisions, so here we go. Okay, first thing let me get the left and the right figured out here. Upper right corner, list 3 activities that you enjoy. Oh, here it is, that's the right upper here. I love to read. Sometimes I can read a book a day. I know, I'm not bragging, I just do. Love to cook, therefore I like to eat. And I love to paint or craft or do all sorts of things. So those are the 3 that come to mind right away of the activities that I like to do. So think about it for a minute and write down your 3 activities. Okay? And on the other corner, we have 3 adjectives that describe you. Things that you think about that you are, or even things that mom and dad have talked about and described you as, or your friends have. So the first 3 things that came to, of course, we're all many, many things. We're not just 3 things, but just the first 3 things that come to mind. Don't stress yourself about this. First thing is funny. Well, I can be pretty funny sometimes. I'm also known as caring. Well, comes with the territory. And I can be silly. Look forward to the silliness. You never know what's going to come out of this mouth. Okie doke. All right. So you think about those and put that up. That's great. Now, down here, I know everybody's got lots of friends, and friends can be relatives as well, or mom and dad, but just put down names of 2 of your friends. Right now, Susan and Rob are dear friends. They've been friends with us for a long, long time. And so they're the 2 that first came to mind. Okie doke. And now, on this one, list your favorite vacation place or where you would like to go at some point in time for favorite vacation place. Mine's Cozumel, Mexico. My husband and I took up scuba diving there, and we've been doing that for a few years. So I like to go down there and see the fishies and see the pretty coral and all that great stuff. So some of you might say Disney World. Some of you might say, oh, I don't know, Niagara Falls maybe, camping, the Pinery, all those sorts of things. Anywhere that you can think of that's your favorite. And Mom and Dad thinks about your favorite places. Yeah. Okie doke. I'll be back in a minute. Hi, back. Did you miss me? I missed you. Okay. You know that name tag that you guys made? Well, we're going to fancy it up. We're going to take the next step, and we're going to take each letter of your name, and you're going to write down something about yourself. So for me, the letter B stands for big. And it took me a long time to accept that I was taller than everybody and bigger than everybody, but I'm okay with it now because you know what? It's great to be tall. It's great to accept your own body. It's just okay. So big is a good word in my life. E is energetic. I'm that. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, and especially when I'm talking with people about this kind of stuff. So E is energetic. Oh, I missed my L. L is for loving. My first L is for loving. I've been told that. My second L, I'll have to write that in there, is probably for laughing. Yeah, I have a great laugh, so I'll put laughing in there. And my A is for awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing, well, I can't see yours, but everybody around you in your house can see yours and share that. So, and maybe someday when this whole thing is over and we can start visiting each other, maybe keep everything in a little duotang or booklet that we are doing, and then that will be a really great little memory. And up here, because I've loved Snoopy forever, and so I've got some Snoopy kinds of stickers. And what's this one say? Happiness is having someone to lean on. Ain't that the truth? Okay, so this is this part, and I'm going to go get something else, maybe some lunch, and then I'll be back in a minute to wrap up with a couple more things. See you in a bit.